there was, during a Tosca, many years ago, Luciano received a gift because he was performing, of course, Cavaradossi, and Cavaradossi in Tosca is a painter. A fan gave him a box of colors. So Luciano was really triggered, he told me. And he opened the box and said, I should try. Then he started painting. And he painted for so many hours that he said, I forgot to eat. It was something special for me really inside. And he did this for many, many months, and he kept in the years. And even through the painting that are here at the museum are all painted by Luciano, you can see his personality. First of all, the colors, because the colors represent the joy for life, for him. He said, I don't want to waste a moment of my life being sad. I want to enjoy, because life is a gift, and we really need to enjoy every minute of it. And then even this naive way of painting that I think represent the child that he was able to keep inside alive until the end of his life. And I think this makes a difference between an artist and not artist, because an artist is always, in a way, the free vision of a kid, the open mind to accept every challenge, to enjoy, to risk a bit, because kids are like that, to think that the world is a great place to be. And this was very special. You can tell from Luciano that he was not only optimistic, he was really spreading around the love for life. So even with the people, he loved people from inside, so you can tell. And I think that this one was one of the reasons why Luciano was so loved, because he was true. In good and bad. We don't need to imagine him like a saint. No, he was, of course, a regular human being with good and bad. But everything was real. There was not an attitude, something fake, but was real, like a kid is real, That was the Luciano for me. We had some object that represent even his daily life, We have the cards he was playing all the time, briscola. These are the sign he did, 3, you have to win arriving at 4. So you can tell that his column is always, he was a winner, And he was always playing with this special game done with letters. You have to compose words, So it's, you really shake it and then compose, and we played so long. And then this, for example, was the first cell phone that was made for him. You see, it's a tuxedo with the signature Pavarotti. So it's, of course, one of the first model. But for him, it gives you even the idea of the popularity, The Nokia decided to make a phone brand design under him, So it was really special. These are the scarves. Each of us had the image of Luciano with this big scarf. And for him, scarves were really important to protect the voice. He was really devoted, I would say, to his voice, because he knew that he received a big gift from God, and he wanted to give back all he could, to repay for this gift. So it was not only his effort to become a better singer, but even to protect his voice. So he had generally a white handkerchief on in cotton direct to the throat, and then this to protect, because he was convinced that the difference of temperature could have killed the voice. So that was very important. The same thing with the hat, because he had to protect the hat from the difference of temperature, so you could always see him with a hat and a scarf. Luciano loved colors, because the color for him was happiness. So even in wearing something, he always used color, especially this Hawaiian T-shirt, It was always recognizable for that. And sometimes for him was a way to say to the world, hey, enjoy life together, and you can tell together with the smile we can see in this picture, That was really gives you the idea of the summer, of the sun, He was really devoted to the sun, You can see the houses most of yellow, because yellow reminds him the famous O Sole Mio, For him was really something special, Sun gives him the happiness and the color, of course, too. So the Hawaiian T-shirt is a symbol even of this being full of joy. This yellow recording was for Luciano very important. In fact, you can see they are all the buttons are used, because and he was going around like that, like we can say like a rapper at that time. But for him, it was important to listen everything to that. We can say that this was the nightmare for all the sound engineer of Decca, because when the record company was coming here in the house, making listen the new recording, of course they came with the proper equipment, and Luciano said, nah, I want to hear it here. I said, but why? We have a proper equipment. I said, because if it's going to sound good here, means it will sound good everywhere, People at home have this, don't have your equipment, so it was his own way to see it. Plus this was used by Luciano a lot to study the duets for the Pavarotti and Friends, all the program for the three tenor, and he was listening every sort of music he had to learn or to judge for the new recording, just like that. So this was his real big companion,